This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by NordVPN and
You know I'm going with my homie Frieza. His racist ass.
Frieza, the Dread Emperor from Dragon Ball.
And Megatron, the Decepticon commander from
Megatron
Transformers.
is nice though.
When these two dictators collide, the cosmos will tremble.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor,
Let me
and
know who y'all
skills
think is
to find
gonna
out
win. Let
who
me know,
would
let me
win
know.
a death battle. Deep in the bowels of outer space
Frieza
lies a
first?
monster
Okay.
so cruel, so callous, so evil that the universe itself trembles at his approach. Behold, the mighty Lord Frieza.
Oh, he's adorable with the horns and that floppy tail and the... Genocide? Oh, awesome. And he's laughing. Cool.
Frieza's diminutive stature and faux gentility were intentionally deceptive and rooted in a surprising place. In response to the Japanese economic bubble at the time, Frieza's design was meant to evoke real estate speculators. Series mangaka Akira Toriyama has described
What?
such speculators as the worst sort of people. Yes, real.
So he was a
I guess
landlord.
you could say Frieza is more than meets the eye. Oh, wait, shit, that's later.
Much is unknown about Frieza's alien race and
70?
heritage, only that he and his father were born as mutants with abnormally high power levels.
Oh, like how the doc said my blood alcohol level was 0.8 straight out the womb.
He's a
Frieza was so
mutant?
crazy
I
strong
never
that
knew
unlike
that.
most Dragon Ball characters who transform to get stronger, Frieza transforms to get weaker. So he doesn't like accidentally nuke a planet, only intentionally.
With his father's empire
that
and
true?
army at his beck and call, Frieza would cross the universe, conquering worlds
need
one
to go
by
back and see
one,
that
and
after
selling them to the highest bidder, just like real estate speculators.
And if anyone objected, he'd just kill them, their entire family, and everyone they ever knew.
Ooh, he doesn't know
Just
it's
like
dirty.
real estate speculators. While he usually lets his weird, multicolored alien grunts do his dirty work for him, Frieza's not afraid to throw down himself.
that pew pew?
Especially if some spiky-haired space monkeys start getting too
That's how I
happy
always
for their
said his
own
name.
good.
Frieza's strength comes from his innate understanding and manipulation of his own ki, or life energy, which he can use to enhance his physicality or manifest into projectile attacks.
Like his classic Death Beam, Death Ball, Death Wave, Death Cannon, Death Saucers. Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here.
Frieza
I didn't
can move
notice they were
mountains
all
with his
called
mind,
death.
fire laser
That's
beams from his
hilarious.
eyes, create key force fields, and he even learned to sense the ki of others through sheer observation alone. He's fast enough to keep up with Goku's ki attacks, which, scaled to the ki he absorbed for his spirit bomb against Kid Buu, could move across the universe in less than a minute.
So he's an
That would be
overpowered
over
landlord. That's
17
kind of
quadrillion
hilarious to look
times
at him
the
that way.
speed of light, and he's gotten even stronger and faster since then.
You know you're a badass when you can stroll into Planet Vegeta, a planet filled with people whose only higher aspirations involve murder and hair gel, and talk shit like you own the place. And he got so paranoid about one of them getting strong enough to kick his ass that he blew up the friggin' planet.
Considering Planet Vegeta has 10 times the gravity of Earth, this would mean it likely has 10 times the mass and 100 times the energy required to overcome its gravitational binding energy and destroy it. That's over 5.3 Yoda tons of TNT.
And that was in his weakest form.
He said Yoda
Too bad he
tons.
kinda missed the spot. Or several, because a bunch of Saiyans survived to fight another day. Space genocide just ain't what it used to be.
This would come back to bite him when he was finally forced to confront the Earthbound Saiyan Kakarot.
The
And
OG
accidentally ended up
animations,
being
you
the
see
reason
him?
he turned into the legendary Super Saiyan.
Like the albino dildo he is, Frieza has survived being pounded by Broly for over an hour straight.
That was
crushed by
crazy.
Goku's spirit bomb, and then split in half, consumed by an exploding planet, and left afloat in the vacuum of space.
He can survive without the vast majority of his body, though unlike other Dragon Ball villains, he can't heal on his own.
It didn't help him that much after he got his ass sent to hell, but because of that dragon in his balls, he was back at it
And
again.
his hell was
And with
happy.
just 4 months worth of training,
was literally
the first time he'd
rainbows
ever
and
trained in
sunshine.
his entire life, Frieza was able to achieve a new transformation capable of surpassing the Super Saiyan, Golden Frieza.
That's a level of laziness I aspire to.
Are they gonna talk about Black
Maybe our
Frieza?
Frieza here lets him keep up with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta.
A significantly weaker Super Saiyan God Goku could blow up the whole of Universe 7 in a punch clash with the god of destruction, Beerus. And the shockwaves of their punches were able to reach the edges of existence in only a few seconds.
This was low-key
Over
fake, yeah.
270
There's no way
quadrillion
Frieza should have been
times the
able to
speed of
keep
light.
up.
And that is before so many years of power-ups and training.
Look, they're training with
and
angels
Totally
and shit.
crazy, but nothing compared to his newest and greatest form.
A transformation capable of surpassing Goku's Ultra Instinct and Vegeta's Ultra Ego. Their peaks at this point.
They need
a
to animate it.
transformation even stronger than Gas, who was wished to be the strongest in the universe.
He literally said F you to the Dragon Balls. This is Black Frieza.
I need to see
All-seeing
this.
Oracle Fish had prophesied the coming of the universe's strongest. And perhaps he was talking about Frieza all along.
Come on, give us another prediction. Oh, Wiz, I think you're gonna die. Though, for some godforsaken reason, he didn't use his newfound power to kill those pesky Saiyans. They were right there, you moron.
In fact, he once committed the archvillain's greatest sin and teamed up with them to save their universe and beat Jiren, a being comparable to the gods of
He
destruction.
did do that.
Because no one's
I would
allowed
have
to
never
destroy
guessed
the
that. That whole
universe but
sequence
him.
was fine. He
And
had
it's a
to. He would
promise
have got
he
wiped out.
means to keep. This almighty emperor will continue to rule the universe with an iron grip and a heart of ice. You either
Megatron,
die a
let's get
hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or you live even longer and become an 80s toy commercial. This is Megatron.
In Cybertron's ancient past, the planet was ruled by the Functionist religious order, which decreed a Transformer's natural-born alternate mode determined their role and status in society, rather than letting them
Okay.
choose for themselves. Born into this repressive caste system, Megatron of Tarn dreamed of something more.
So this giant Hasbro toy robot, only $5.99 at your nearest Rite Aid, wrote a manifesto on peaceful dissent that got popular with the oppressed Cybertronian working class. So much so, in fact, that the Senate tried to have him assassinated. Whoa, politics alert!
Don't tell me
After
Megatron's
surviving
the
that
good
brush
guy.
with death, Megatron was convinced that peace could never be an option.
Wow.
The only path left to overthrow the crippling social order was violent revolution.
So were the Autobots originally
See?
the bad guys here? Optimus Prime? More like Optimus Crime? Never say that Megatron wasn't committed. The civil war he started between the two groups lasted 9 million fucking
Yeah,
years.
they don't die.
And
They're
again,
cars, right?
Remember,
Yeah, they're robots.
toy robots.
He was aided in his war efforts by his immensely
They're fused by
powerful
that
fusion
cube, right?
cannon, a
Fueled.
giant laser bazooka that can hit targets from 12 miles away and level a small town in a single shot. These projectiles are so fast, they're able to exit the atmosphere from ground level after only a single second. By scaling the distance of the Earth using the angle of this shot, the fusion cannon's projectile must be moving over 4,200 times the speed of sound.
But, like me, the fusion cannon needs a little time to recharge between shots. So Megatron's got some tools to keep the job going. He can close the distance with his Energon mace and block blows with his Energon shield. It helps that Megs literally fought as a gladiator before his stunt as a revolutionary.
Megatron can fire lasers from his eyes and arms, launch buzzsaws strong enough to slice through solid rock, fly through the air, and open up a force field known as a panic bubble.
Now, it might seem like a huge flaw that it lets enemy combatants inside, but that's only until you realize it won't let them back out again. That's when the panic part comes in. Megatron's not trapped in there with you. You're
That's
trapped
hilarious.
in there with him.
Megatron's Cybertronian body is strong enough to match the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, who can toss around oil tankers weighing hundreds of thousands of tons. And Megatron's metallic hide was tough enough to survive an explosion so massive, it launched the entire planet of Cybertron through space.
By taking a look at Cybertron's mass
Oh,
and
that's
how
how
fast
big
it was
they-
set
it's not
flying
that
to get
big?
its overall kinetic energy, Megatron must have survived a blast equal to nearly 4.5
Negatons?
nenatons of TNT, enough to annihilate a small star. He can even keep up with Decepticons like Starscream, who can fly across the galaxy from Earth to Cybertron at hundreds of thousands of times the speed of light.
And he wouldn't be a Transformer without being able to transform into various vehicles. A tank, a stealth bomber jet,
And a gun! Just a gun. Walter P-38, in fact. I'm sorry, Wiz. I know he's this tragic revolutionary corrupted by the cycle of violence or whatever, but that is the
That
funniest
was-
shit I have ever seen. What does he have, like his Deceptive buddies point him at people and fire?
sometimes he can fire himself too.
Oh my god. That looks even sillier.
You may be laughing, but Megatron is no joke. By utilizing space bridge teleportation technology, Megatron can establish a remote link-up to a nearby black hole and teleport the antimatter it produces to his location.
Through his eyeballs!
Should matter and antimatter meet, they will be mutually annihilated in a brilliant release of energy defined by E equals mc squared. It doesn't
Instant
matter
black
how
hole.
durable the matter is, it will be destroyed at the subatomic level.
As Megatron's war for control of Cybertron dragged on, all of his highfalutin ideals started to fall to the wayside.
In essence, there used to be a point to the war. Now, war was the point. His only goal left was to rule Cybertron with a literal iron fist.
That's where Megatron's greatest weapon came into play, his mind. The dude is a strategic and tactical genius who's always thinking 10 steps ahead.
He's fought powerful Transformers like Grimlock, Predaking, and the Decepticon, a being with the power of an entire evil universe behind it.
He and Optimus have even fought Nova Prime and Regenesis Shockwave, both of whom could utilize the energy of that same universe.
Megatron once sealed himself inside an Omniglobe and commanded 1,000 real-life battles at once, funneling every iota of relevant information into his brain at the same time. The sheer deluge of data would be incomprehensible for anyone without that supercomputer brain.
But all that robot ass-kicking ended up as a draw, and the only true loser was Cybertron.
Tragic.
With the planet in ruins and its civilization extinguished, the Cybertronian Golden Age was long over. And the vanguard of its destruction was Megatron.
Who's now a crusty Saturday morning cartoon villain with a voice that sounds like he smokes 40 packs a day and a hate boner for his boneheaded second in command, Starscream.
After countless millennia of a humiliating stalemate with his Boy Scout rival, Megatron's brilliant mind finally turned inward. He remembered that his early writings advocated for peaceful conversion and free thought instead of domination.
It took you
he
9
became
million
a good
years to
guy?
remember why you
Do I see
started
him
fighting in
begging
the
on his
first
knees?
place. Would the memory get lost in the
Was he
cloud?
just pleading
In
for
what
his
was
life?
possibly his most surprising tactical move yet, Megatron saved the universe from annihilation as an Autobot.
What?
He realized that after millions of years of indefinite war, the ideals that he fought for, freedom, justice, equality, had switched sides, and Megatron had to as well.
Turns out there was more to this supervillain than met the eye, because true to his nature, Megatron transformed.
Ooh.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Is he just gonna blow up the planet, Frieza? Ooh, I like the graphics.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet
Why
for
does he talk like
eons.
that?
I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum!
I love it when they monologue back.
He just hit him with that planet destroyer off top. Ooh. What you about to do, Frieza?
Pity. I'll have to construct a new mothership from your...
He made it. He went straight to final form. So Megatron don't transform or nothing like that, right? Or I should say, evolve.
Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering ponce!
How did he get out? I thought he could have get out. Ooh. So he just got that big cannon on his arm. That's actually fire. Oh, he's crazy. Yo, he just hit. Ooh. Forgot about that. Yo, this music is crazy. Did you blow it up? Oh. He did damage though.
Where did he go? Huh?
He can't sense him, right? He's a robot. Ooh. You gonna try to catch it? He turned black? No, he turned gold. He turned gold. Why he looks so stiff every time he do that? That's hilarious. What you about to do, Megatron? Nah, you got something for that. Ooh. I ain't never see a tank do that. That was fire. He's just pushing it back. Yo! This dude pushed the planet closer to the... That was crazy.
Well, doesn't this just always happen? I give it 5 minutes.
My planet! Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity.
He's talking him crazy.
All because of me. What a fool.
You despicable cretinous worm! I'll torture you until your screams can be heard in the vacuum of space!
Die a fool's death.
Oh, I thought he was done.
You will die by my hand!
Yo, they both have a body. This is hilarious.
Cybertronians must kill them all.
Who? Oh, Cybertrons.
Wrong again, Frieza. It was actually 1 minute and 10 seconds. Idiot.
Megatron's ruthless resilience may
I
have netted
called
him a win
it.
in some scenarios, but Frieza's overwhelming power gave him a clear
Dragon
edge.
Ball Z characters are no
Megatron's ace
joke.
in the hole was his antimatter, which would have annihilated Frieza's ass no matter how tough it was.
And that was a real possibility. Megatron is a master tactician and manipulator with millions of years of combat experience. Frieza, on the other hand, has always relied on his raw power and intimidation to win fights.
When things don't go his way, he has a tendency to freak out.
However, Frieza has survived getting most of his body obliterated and kept going.
Which meant the antimatter wasn't a surefire win. It would have to completely cover Frieza's whole body before he could react. And Frieza was way too fast for that.
While Megatron scaled to characters who could cross galaxies, Frieza has kept up with Goku, who should be at least trillions of times
That's
faster.
true.
And on his smaller size and key force field,
I respect
Frieza
him, but a
has
little,
enough
only a
ways
little
to
bit.
avoid, defend, or survive.
Because
the
Frieza shouldn't be
antimatter.
this
So
strong,
Megatron's
but he
only
should, I
option
guess,
was power.
represent
While
for
Megatron has
Dragon Ball
survived
Z.
planet-busting explosions and even fought with a being that had the energy of a universe behind it, Golden Frieza was just too much for him, considering he certainly surpassed Goku and Beerus' Punch Clash. Since Universe 7 as a whole should be over 13 times larger than our own universe, Frieza's super forms would far exceed Megatron's
That was
own
crazy.
power.
And that feat happened at the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. Goku has gotten leagues stronger since then, and Black Frieza is currently beyond him. There was just no way Megatron was strong enough to keep up.
Megatron was a devious foe, but Frieza's power, speed, and sheer survivability allowed him to crush the Decepticon leader underfoot.
Damn,
I guess you
Megatron. I
could
know
say
Transformer
Megatron
fans
was
are gonna be
cool,
upset.
But Frieza was cooler.
Frieza was
The winner
cooler.
is Frieza.